This timeline exists to honor the memory of those who endured Hamas's unprecedented massacres in Israel on October 7, 2023. Through first-hand photos, videos, and detailed accounts, this experience captures the brutality Hamas unleashed, as well as the bravery and resilience Israelis showed in the face of tragedy. Our goal is to provide a space for reflection, offering viewers a deeper connection to the stories of those who lived through this day. Please note, this material includes graphic descriptions of violence. As appropriate, we encourage you to share this resource with loved ones who may not yet fully understand the gravity of October 7th. So together, we may preserve the memory of the victims and ensure their stories are never forgotten. As the sound of air raid sirens pierce through the land, Israel awakens to the largest rocket barrage in her history. At the same time, Hamas terrorists break through the security fence separating Gaza and Israel in over 60 places. Others invade by paragliders or by boat on the Mediterranean Sea. Dozens of terrorists break into towns and communities near the border, like Kibbutz Kfar Aza. More and more communities near Gaza report terrorist infiltration. Five terrorists storm a beach north of the Gaza Strip on a boat, evading the Israeli Navy. Over 2,000 armed terrorists assault Israel Defense Forces, IDF military bases and posts near the border, followed by a murderous civilian mob. The soldiers on duty this Sabbath and Jewish holiday morning find themselves outnumbered, as do the auxiliary and rescue forces who arrive to help them. Many soldiers are killed after running out of ammunition, while others heroically fight for long hours, begging for reinforcements. In total, 285 soldiers die on this first day of the war, and dozens are also abducted. Hamas shuts down Kibbutz Nachal's outpost defense systems, with 25 female observers and combat soldiers inside. Terrorists enter the Paga IDF outpost, surprising the soldiers. Some 50 terrorists enter the Kishufim IDF outpost and fight the soldiers, some of whom were sent to help the nearby communities. Initial reports are received of terrorists entering and firing upon those on the Erez military base. A battle lasting for hours ensues. Meanwhile, more and more communities near the border report infiltrations. Neither the IDF, Israel's leaders, nor the public yet grasp the scope of the events. Terrorists invade the city of Sderot and go on a killing spree. Taking over the police station, they entrench themselves there for hours. The Nova Music Festival near Kibbutz Re'im stops due to sirens. Some of the thousands of participants leave immediately. They have the best chance of survival. Others stay or get stuck in traffic jams while leaving the festival. The terrorists arrive, kill and kidnap the young people at the festival, which goes down in Israeli history as the worst massacre site. At least 347 Israelis are murdered near the dance floor, at the bars, in the parking lot, in the portable bathroom rentals, in the surrounding fields, and on the road as some try to escape. Terrorists expand their attack to other communities and roads, all the way up to the town of Patish, where they shoot at 2 bicyclists. Hamas rockets hit a parking lot in the city of Ashkelon, causing a major fire to break out. A video of militants driving a pickup truck around the southern city of Sderot and slaughtering everyone they see goes viral. This is the moment Israelis first realize the constant air raid sirens are a warning of a full-blown assault. The video becomes one of the war's symbols and tangible evidence of the ease with which militants move without hindrance among the Gaza border communities. Terrorists enter the city of Ofakim, embarking on a deadly rampage. On kibbutz Nahal Oz, families report through WhatsApp how terrorists are entering their homes. Terrorists abduct 3 soldiers from Erez military base. This is the first abduction the military knows of in real time. Terrorists attack and murder 17 people at the Sayduk Music Festival near kibbutz Nir Oz with 100 attendees. 20 people are rescued after 10 hours. At the same time, on kibbutz Sufa, a local security coordinator kills terrorists from his bathroom window. The IDF announces for the first time several terrorists infiltrated Israel from Gaza. Hamas's military chief, Mohammed Deif, calls the name of the assault the Al-Aqsa Flood Operation. Al-Aqsa refers to the Temple Mount. Hamas claimed, falsely, these massacres were retaliation for Israeli incursion at Muslim holy sites. Around 30 people from the Nova Festival hide in a small bomb shelter near a bus station near kibbutz Re'im. When terrorists arrive, they begin to throw grenades inside. Aner Shapira, a soldier from the Nahal Brigade, manages to catch and throw back at least 7 grenades, but one kills him. The terrorists manage to murder almost everyone in the shelter, while others are kidnapped. Many of the mobile bomb shelters become death traps for those fleeing the festival and taking refuge in them. Six Bedouin civilians are killed by rocket strikes in the Negev. 5 of these people died in villages with no shelters. The IDF declares its readiness for war. Israeli forces, initially taken by surprise, brace themselves for the start of a larger conflict. Breaking through the fence, terrorists enter the Gaza Division IDF base and battle a handful of soldiers, members of a reconnaissance unit, and combat support officers. Rockets from Gaza target Jerusalem. Terrorists also arrive at a packing plant and abduct security guard Qaid Farhan al-Qadi. They murder several Thai workers and kidnap 3. The terrorist invasion continues, but the Israeli public has yet to realize its magnitude. Terrorists managed to break into the Urim IDF base war room, killing several soldiers. Battles ensue until 2:30 p.m. Some 20 terrorists enter kibbutz Alumim. While the security squad prevents them from approaching homes, the militants turn toward foreign workers' living quarters, murdering 23 Thai and Nepalese workers and abducting 2. Larger military forces begin to arrive at IDF bases and retake them after intense battles. The IDF makes a first-time announcement saying it is attacking targets in the Gaza Strip. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu declares, "We are at war." The country has begun to realize the scope of Hamas's actions and prepares to defend themselves. Major General Noam Tibon, together with a soldier he picked up on the way, enters kibbutz Nahal Oz with a commando team. They battle terrorists and evacuate the wounded as well as Tibon's own family. The first IDF soldiers reach kibbutz Nir Oz, although it is too late for many of the residents. Hamas had already killed dozens and abducted over 70 hostages. 13 hostages die in kibbutz Be'eri after Brigadier General Barak Hiram orders soldiers to fire a tank at Pessi Cohen's house, where encamped terrorists hold people hostage. The Erez military base is retaken by a force put together by the Coordination and Liaison Administration Commander, Colonel Moshe Tetro. The IDF and police force consolidate ranks at border communities, waging fierce battles to retake them. Throughout the night and the next day, Israeli security forces evacuate most besieged residents. A truck carrying 20 corpses arrives at the Shura military base near the city of Ramla, the first of hundreds of these trucks. In the following days, the extent of the horror becomes clear. More than 800 civilians and foreign nationals were murdered. More than 300 members of the IDF, police, security, and rescue forces were killed in battles at the military bases and in communities. Women and men were brutally and sexually assaulted, beaten, and murdered in front of their loved ones, and homes went up in flames. The attack of October 7 precipitated the largest call-up of military reserves in years as the IDF aimed to go after Hamas, who unleashed these atrocities in Israel. Hundreds of Israeli soldiers have been killed in the fighting in Gaza. Because Hamas used civilians as human shields to store weapons in schools and hospitals and operate in tunnels underneath densely populated areas, tens of thousands of Palestinians have died in Gaza. In total, 253 Israelis and foreign nationals, dead or alive, were taken hostage to Gaza. Men, women, and children were abducted, and dozens of bodies were also taken to Gaza after being murdered. Dozens also died after being abducted. Kfir Bibas, a 10-month-old when taken, was the youngest hostage. Aryeh Zalmanovich, age 86, who was murdered in captivity, was the oldest. The war spread to southern Lebanon, where the Israeli military has taken action to prevent another October 7-style massacre by stopping Hezbollah and dismantling the extensive tunnel network they've constructed over the years. We will never forget the tragedy of that day. We will never forget those we lost, who were abused, held hostage, and whose lives and the lives of their family and friends forever changed by the brutal attacks of Hamas. We will also remember the heroes of that day, who sacrificed themselves for their fellow Israelis, soldiers, police, neighbors, husbands, wives, fathers, and mothers. We honor their memory. In our mourning, we turn to the God of all hope and recite the words of the psalmist. If I forget you, O Jerusalem, may my right hand forget her skill. May my tongue cling to the roof of my mouth if I do not remember you, if I do not exalt Jerusalem above my chief joy. Amen.